Lord, I hope he hear my prayers.
Right, yeah.
Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through. We know that you real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you.
How far you say you? About 5 minutes.
I raise my children up to say the same shit. Dear Lord, I hope you hear my prayers. Because we really, really need you down here. From all the pain that we going through. We know that you're real, so can you fall through? Father, have mercy when we call on you. But I just wanna fall on you. To show the devils you ain't nothing to play with. I raise my children up to say the same shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Come on, West.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Man, this shit is too easy. I'm on gold, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming Vinny, 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 VG. Hear them devils screaming out bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. Mama grind, bitch, and work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. Them niggas weak, they be church. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. If he cross the line, I'ma back up and I'ma hit his ass with this virus. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas, we eat. I'm in this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the sweet. Day all do the street. If a nigga made the wrong move, he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead. Look, I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat.
You see this look that's on my face, bitch? I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, put on my cleats, was in the field with it. You soft as cotton, just an actor, Uncle Phil with it. And then my target's on the move, but I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Gullah Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime, fuck peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we takes. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on them, that's cap shit.
I keep it low to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck and my youngin' did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Nigga, come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. He ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas gon' retreat. Go ahead.
Jay-Z, you know the chop. Aya Sahab, badness no sahab. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bat fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket stay, boy. You must see one back this spray. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. Man, I ask them bad as them wake up. Take care, boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy hold down, violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one Westling bigger than NATO. Man we box it to NATO. Only man we afraid that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bat fly when the Glock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot gasket stay, boy. You must see one Baptist spray. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass shit to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass shit to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know there's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world to know. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, young, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit to prop. With step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high. Got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore a failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass need the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga.
to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up, serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets weekly podcast.
Every race in the movie.
We are not to trust. We are not to trust the oppressor, and we are not to trust the other.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
He's speaking of his own.
The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the Persians. Every race in the movie.
Yeah. Let's clap it up. All right. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. 12 show General Mayaka Allah was busy today. He had a lot of running around to do. One of the busiest men in Israel. I'm Priest and Officer 1000 Yadai. I got Priest and Officer 50 Ibahaya. We're going to be covering the show for General Mayaka today. It's a lot we're going to go over. We're going to go over Lil Nas X, Russell Westbrook. We're going to go over the Delta variant. The COVID evolved. COVID, they was talking about how they was, Cuomo and everybody was bragging about how the cases went down. Now the Lord hit him with the Delta. And we're going to continue with General Mayaka was going into last Wednesday about how black people are not African. One of the questions that we had, that we're going to lead with is that how come we don't affiliate ourselves with, with the oppressor and with Africans and with Arabs? I can explain it to you. We have to understand, man, that's blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation men and women. We are not affiliated with these other nations, man. We are not the same as these other people. Just because, they have melanin does not make them the same people as us. I know a lot of us has heard all skin folk ain't kinfolk. What do I mean by all skin folk is not kinfolk? What do we mean by that? I'll explain. Meaning not everybody is your brother. Just because they got dark skin don't mean they're the same people as us. East Indians got the same, they got a dark pigmentation. So does the Africans, so does the Arabs, but are they black people? No, they are not. They are not our people. And I have to say, to continue what General Mayaka was going into last week, black people are not affiliated with these other nations, man. We not family. You got to understand, he broke down about Ishmael and about Esau. Jacob and Esau was in the same womb together. Esau is the forefather of, it's the forefather of the Caucasian race, the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And then you got Ishmael. Ishmael also was a son of Abraham, but the Lord said, Isaac shall thy seed be called. So guess what? We can't, connect with Arabs. We can't connect with the oppressor. We have to connect with our own people, black man, First Nation man, Hispanic man, and woman. Understand this, and if I buy you could, right? I want you to go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and I want you to give me the definition of ham. We got to understand, man, who, we're dealing with. Who is the forefather, of our people? We're also going to break down who the Jews come from. Now let's show you where the Africans come from. The Africans come from Ham, and Ham was a son of Noah. You got to understand, like General Mayaka was going over last week, we are Shemitic. We come from the lineage of Shem, and not everybody came, not everybody that came out of Shem was chosen. The Arabs came out of Shem. The Asian man, a Chinese man and woman came out of Shem. The oppressor came out of Shem. But in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, that's our forefathers. Now let's show you where the Africans come from, because this was also a question I received a little bit earlier today on Clubhouse too, Ibad, where they were saying, well, how come we not the same as them? We got dark skin just like them. We must be them. Hell, we're African American. But because we're called African American, right? Understand that. How in this world can we be African American? Black man, are you a descendant of Leo Scipio Africanus, a Roman conqueror, a Roman general, or Amerigo Vespucci, an Italian explorer? That's two white people. That's two oppressors. That's not our nationality, man. We're going to get into that as well. But let me show you who the Africans are according to the Bible. Now, read what you got in the Zondervan. Ibaya.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 213. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah. Meaning, Ham was a son of Noah, just like Shem, just like Japheth. And to give you explanation, the Japhites today are the so-called Polynesians, the Tongans, and the Samoans. But Ham, the youngest son of Noah, read on.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Born probably about 96 years before the flood. Read on. Before the flood that came and that wiped out all the other people except Noah and his sons and their wives. Read on.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
And one of 8 persons to live through the flood. Meaning he lived through it. Let's read on.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, meaning, well, we must come from them, black man and woman, Hispanic man and woman. We must come from them, right? Because he's the progenitor. Ham is the progenitor of the dark races. We're a dark race, but read on.
But not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes, meaning the black man, that Hispanic man, that First Nation man, not the Negroes, not the so-called black people. We don't come from Ham, but it's about to read on who did come from Ham. Let's read.
But the Egyptians.
But the who?
Egyptians.
Our people have an infatuation with the Egyptians, right? Like our people just love Egypt, just love Kemet. But we got to understand, man, like, we have a deep history with Egypt, and it's not in the history that you think. Our first slavery, our first captivity was in Egypt under those Africans. We are not Africans, black man and woman, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman, and they not our brother, man. They had us in captivity. And who are the Egyptians today? If you look in Africa, right, those who live in the Sudan, in the North and South Sudan, those are the real Egyptians, man, Mizraim, right. Matazarium in the Hebrew. Those are the real Egyptians. Read on. Ethiopians. I know. I saw some silliness today. You know what I mean? That Ethiopia has the oldest Bible. They got the Book of Enoch, and that's garbage too, man. Right. Guess what? The Ethiopians are not the children of the Most High God. The Ethiopians come from Ham. Israelites, which are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we come from Shem, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Meaning Haile Selassie and all those Ethiopians, they are of Cush. You know what I mean? Cush, that is their biblical name, man. And they're not Israelites. Solomon didn't have sex and married the Queen of Sheba, and they had a child, and that child became Haile Selassie. No, that's not true. And that's a lie that they've been telling our people, man. Ethiopians are not our people. They come of the stock of Ham. The Egyptians, Mizraim, Matazarium in the Hebrew, Cush, who are the Ethiopians. Read on. Libyans. Oh, man. Libyans. Out there in West Africa, man. Out there, yeah. Oh, Libya's in West Africa, right? Close to it. Like Northern Africa. No, Northern Africa. Like Muammar Gaddafi and them. The Libyans. Who is that? Foot in the Hebrew? Foot, I bought. Yeah, you want to interject, you can. Yeah, Foot in the Hebrew, man. That's their biblical name, the Libyans. But the Libyans, these are who the Africans are. And this ain't our book. We're reading it out the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. The Libyans, the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, and who else?
And Canaanites.
And Canaanites. You know who the Canaanites are today? Who the biblical Canaanites? The Africans that are in South Africa. Those are the biblical Canaanites today, and they're not our people. We looking at our people trying to go back to Ghana, trying to go to Nigeria, trying to go to Algeria, the Congo, Uganda. We are not the same people as them. We are not Africans, and it goes to show you that we're not Africans. Can I get Exodus 11 and verse 6? Yeah, start at Exodus 11 and verse 6, and we're going to read through 7. We are not the same people as them, and it goes to show you that we're not the same people. Guess what? We have a certain type of black that is glorious. Black man, First Nation man, Latino man and woman. Them Africans got that blue black, that dusty black.
Right.
I was watching a documentary the other day I bought on Idi Amin, and I said, God damn, these are some savage Hamites, man.
Right.
Some savage Hamites over there. That ain't our customs. That's not our culture. Cutting up our women's clitorises, being into that voodoo, cutting up cows and rolling around in their feces and their guts. That is not our culture. We are not Africans. And guess what? You should be offended when they say, oh, you're African or African American, man. We have an identity. We're the Israelites of antiquity. We're the real Jews, man. Commander General Yohana went into a story this past Monday on Black Watch News, man, about how that Max Kellerman got fired over First Take. Max Kellerman said that black people being the real Jews is low-class information. Well, guess what? It's in the Bible. It's in the Torah. That ain't low-class information. That's the highest class of knowledge and information that you can get in this earth, man. It came out of the Bible, and that's why that devil is unemployed now. Barakatah Yahweh, why y'all was shy for that? We're the Israelites of antiquity. We're the Jews. There's a difference between us and Africans. Guess what? And it's in the Bible. Let's read what you got, Ibad.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt.
There shall be a great cry throughout the land of Egypt. What is that great cry that happened throughout the land of Egypt? What was that cry? I'll tell you what it was, man. It was when the death angel passed over us Israelites and killed the firstborn of them stinking Africans, man, for the oppression they were doing to our people, man. That was that great cry. Read on.
Such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore.
Man, it was nothing like this day. There was nothing like that day. Them Africans understood and knew who the God of Israel was, man. They understood. They was trying to figure out, what the hell was going on? What's happening? I can only imagine them praying to Ra and Set and Foot. You know what I mean? And Akhenaten and Ma'at. They understood, man, that the Lord is one God, man. Black man, First Nation man, Latino man, and woman. Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Alahaya now Yahweh Akkad. Meaning our God is one God. And all of them false deities of the Africans and of the Arabs and of the oppressor, they're the figment of their imagination, man. There's one God, and that's the God of Israel, the God of blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women. Let's read on.
Verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Man, against the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Read on.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
The Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel, man. The Lord put a difference between us and them Africans, man. We not built the same. We ain't the same people. We have different customs, different cultures. First of all, let's just get this out the way first. First of all, understand this. And it was something that Barzal recalled. My brother said, 2 years ago, which was heavy, and it still resonates. He said that African women will never look better than black women. They'll never look better than black, Latina, and First Nation women, man. Our women are most beautiful women on God's green earth, man. Africans could never, and they stink, Ibad.
Right.
They smelling like, rhinoceros and elephant residue and giraffe water. Like, that should go to show you we not the same people. We got a section in Southwest Philadelphia where I'm from, right? It's Little Africa down there on Woodland Avenue. The Africans came, and guess what? And stuck together. They know that we are not the same people. You know what they call us, man? They call us Akata. You know what Akata mean? Akata mean cotton picker. Their people did not pick cotton, but you know who did pick cotton? You know who was put onto slavery on cargo slave ships? Africans did not sell other Africans. Africans sold black people, man. They sold black men and women. As a matter of fact, let's get that, Ibad. Give me Deuteronomy 28 in verse 68. Because what General Mayak was going over last week was just so heavy about General Mayak broke down how we're not Arabs and we're not the oppressor. We're not the same as them. And I'm breaking down this week to how we're not Africans and how God put a difference between us and the Africans. Now let me show you something that's in the Bible that all of these nations had a hand in. Our slavery, you know what I mean? The transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in the Bible. Now read on. Read what you got, Baba Kosho.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, 28 and verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord said he was going to bring us into Egypt again. Egypt meaning bondage. Egypt is a Greek word which means Egyptos, which means bondage, slavery. The Lord said we were going to go into slavery again, meaning we walked out of Egypt the first time. The first time around, black man, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman, we walked out of Egypt. You can walk from Egypt to Israel, man, but this time the Lord said we were going to go back. How so?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships, cargo slave ships. Now, you want to know who was used in that? The African man and woman, the Arab man and woman, the white man and woman. They came together, right? This is a Bible prophecy, man. This is history. The Africans are the ones that rounded us up. Right. The Arabs are the ones that built the slave ships. And guess what? The oppressor was the one that came and bought us and brought us over here to America. This is in the Bible. So when you thinking that the oppressor and the Arabs and the Africans are your friends, and if you wondering why for the brother's question last week, and I'm continuing it this week, to wonder why we're not the same as them or why we're not supposed to call ourselves Arabs or Africans, now you understand. Now you understand what they did to our people, man. And this was prophesied in the Bible. Because we disobeyed the Most High, guess what? We lost our history. We lost our heritage, man. Wow. We lost our culture. Now we don't even know who the hell we are. And we walking around thinking the oppressor and the Africans and the Arabs are our friends when all of these nations had a hand in putting us in captivity, man. And rejoiced and love it to this very day. They benefit off of our people, man. Read on.
Wow. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The Lord said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, meaning the Lord is telling Moses, man, this is going to happen to our people. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, meaning this is how I'm talking to you. Read on. This is what's going to happen.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And that's heavy. Thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning we haven't seen our homeland. We haven't seen our land, Israel, Jerusalem, man. We haven't seen it. Why? Why? Because we disobeyed the Most High. And we walking around today still thinking that we're going to get out of this captivity, get out of this condition, loving the same people that hate us. No, we got to come back to our God, man. In 41 AD, after Jerusalem fell, millions of Jews, man, millions of black men and women, Latino men and women fled, you know what I mean, into West Africa, man. And the oppressor came over there with the Africans and the Arabs, rounded us up. We ain't seen Zion. We ain't seen Jerusalem, especially in its glory. I can understand you can go on a plane and go see it today. It ain't the same. Right. It's not the same as when we were ruling, man. That's why we're in America today. How do you think, and it's so asinine for us to believe and wanted to give homage to Africa, because we have to understand this. We were dropped off here in America. Right. And put into slavery. The same thing happened to our West Indian brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters of Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, St. Thomas, St. Croix. You know, guess what? They believe, oh, I'm Ashanti. I'm from the Ashanti tribe. No, you're not. You're an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. That's why slavery happened to you over there with the oppressor in, you know what I mean, in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. That's why the East Indians rule over our people right now over there, man. We're the people of the Bible. We're the Israelites of antiquity. This did not happen to Africans. It did not. This type of slavery did not happen to the African man and woman, the Arab man and woman, and the oppressor, but this did happen to God's chosen people. We're the ones that are in captivity to this day. A lot of us are in denial. We believe that we free, white, and 21. I'm here to let y'all know you are not free, white, and 21. Right. We are not afforded the same opportunities, and we are not on the same level as the oppressor. As a matter of fact, we're really above the oppressor. And I'm going to show you that in the Bible as well when we're done reading this. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
The Lord said we shall be sold unto our enemies, meaning the oppressor is our enemy. The Africans, Nfutu Nungala, the Black Panther, they are our enemies. The Arabs are our enemies. Too many of you simple Negroes out here in Philadelphia talking about salam alaikum, brother. Salam alaikum. I'm no longer Willie Yedaya. I'm Abdul Rahim Suleiman Khalid Ahmed the Magnificent. And I be like, nigga, Willie, shut the hell up. You sitting up here bowing your face down to a rock, worshiping the God of the Arabs, man. You sitting up here wanting to claim Kemet. A lot of you silly sisters out there, y'all know who the hell y'all are. Wearing head wraps and burning sage and thinking you Ma'at, thinking you understand the 42 negative confessions, thinking you ISIS. Sister, no. No, you're just a whore with a head wrap on, worshiping the gods of the Africans. When God said in the book of Psalms, the 96th chapter in the 5th verse, that the gods of the nations are idols, man. They are idols. We have one God, man, and we haven't seen our homeland. We were sold unto our enemies. You think the oppressor is your friend. Bill, Bob, Susan, and Amber, they may smile in your face every day, but they hate us. They hate our people, and we hold these heathens in such regard. And I'm trying to figure out, Ibad, when did they become the standard of morality? When each and every one of them are evil, wicked bastards, man, that had a hand in our slavery and our captivity and wished death upon us, man. Like Psalms, the 81st chapter says, they came together against us, confederate against us, and cut us off from being cut off the name of Israel from being in remembrance, man. The tabernacles of Edom, who are the oppressor, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the Hagarenes, more Ishmaelites, the Amorites, more Africans, the Canaanites, Moab, the Chinese, and Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek, who is the so-called Jew who's not a Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. We were sold unto our enemies. Understand this. When you wake up in the morning, understand this. I want everybody to wake up. Next time you wake up, a lot of people wake up and like, oh, I thank the Lord for this. I'm not saying you can't thank the Lord for waking up, but look yourself in the mirror and realize that I am a slave in America. Right. Understand that. And if you're in the West Indian Islands, understand that you are a slave in the West Indian Islands. And the ISUPK is the solution, man, to come back to get our identity, man, to come back to our culture under Commander General Yohana. Where else you going to learn your heritage and your culture? You know what I mean? And learn to keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. You for sure can't do it in the Christian church. You can't do it in the Muslim mosque. You can't do it in a fake Israelite group masquerading in the oppressor's purple, just as gay as can be. You can't do that looking like Lil Nas X, looking like Randy Watson, from Coming to America. You can't do that. And I'm going to go in on that too a little later. Understand this, man. We have to understand that we were sold unto our enemies. What the hell has changed? When did the oppressor become our friends? That's a question. That's a question for the audience right now. When did the oppressor or the Arabs or the Africans become our friends? At what point in time did they become our allies, our buddies? They're not. They are not. They cannot stand us. They hate our people, and we hold them in such high regard. And you know what's so admirable? I remember last year, right, when the Chinese were oppressing the Africans in China, and the United Nations of Africa airlifted every African out of China. I said, God damn, Ibad. Africans love Africans. And you sitting up here calling yourself African American. When are they going to airlift me and you out of North Philly? Right. When are they going to airlift us out of Harlem, out of Los Angeles, out of Flint, Michigan, because they still don't have clean water? When are Africans going to airlift us out of America and out of the West Indian Islands and out of Haiti? How the hell could I forget about Haiti, Ibad? Haiti is going through hell and turmoil right now. A whole lot of hell and turmoil, man. Just had Hurricane Ida that just passed. You got political turmoil over there. Our people are starving, going through hell, and the Haitians are of the tribe of Levi, man. Moses was a Haitian. So was Aaron. So was Miriam, John the Baptist, Elijah. What about our people, man? When they gonna airlift our people out of Haiti? They're not gonna do it. As a matter of fact, it just hit my mind, Ibad. It blew my mind. I remember in 2016, right, Captain Tazariak brought this out, and I was a wicked nigga in the world, and this is what made me realize, man, that the UPK, these brothers were strong and powerful brothers, man, and what they was telling was correct. I should have came in the truth sooner, man, but I'm here now. Understand this. Captain Tazariak brought this out, and I had to look it up. Haiti in May of 2016 tried to join Africa's Union And Africa told Haiti, you're not African enough. Nigga, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up, black man of Haiti, black man and woman of the West Indian Islands, black man and woman of America, and realize that we're not Africans. They're our enemies. We were sold unto our enemies. Read on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Slave men and slave women. Is that not what we are? We're not slaves in America. But yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh my goodness, like the sister said this the other week at camp. But we don't have the physical chains on no more. And I'm like, sis, if you don't go to work, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if you can't pay your bills, pay your mortgage, pay your rent? You're gonna be homeless. What happens if you don't pay your taxes? You're going to jail. What happens if you go outside to try to collect rainwater or try to have an urban garden in your community? Your oppressor is gonna come and lock you up. They're going to lock us up. Guess what? We are still in slavery. You think that job that you go to is just that high-paying job that God blessed you with, when in reality, it's nothing more than an elevator plantation.
Right.
It's an elevator plantation. Y'all work 40, some of us work 60, 70 hours a week. And guess what? And don't get paid nothing. And don't get paid nothing. And don't get me started on the child support I bought. Don't get me started on all the other wicked things that we go through here in this country and all across the earth. We're still bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women. We ain't free. When the hell did that happen? When did we get our freedom? Because the last time I checked, I still woke up in captivity. I still woke up in America. I'm not in Israel. I'm not in Jerusalem. I'm not in Zion. No. That's going to happen when a black man that you know as Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, comes and liberates us, man, and gives salvation to blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women. But as of today, we still slave men and slave women. Ain't nothing changed. Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning no man shall buy you. Now, we understand that they bought us during slavery. Buy is not what you mean. The old Quaker English term for buy is to save. You think the Africans are going to save us. They're not. They don't give a damn about us. Ask Nfutu. Ask Nfutu and Ngala. Ask him, Mr. Fufu, are we the same people? They're going to be like, no, nigga, we're not. I was in an Uber with an African, last year on my way to Delaware, and he was telling me, we are not the same people, Yedaya. We are not the same people. Your people went into slavery. My people did not know slavery. You got Africans that don't know captivity, don't know slavery. And I'm not talking about the oppression that they do to each other. We could give a damn what goes on and what they do to each other. But they're correct on one thing. They didn't come over here and pick cotton. But that black man and woman did. That First Nation, let me explain something to you too, you simpleton out there that don't think our Latino brothers and sisters and our First Nation brothers and sisters are Israelites too. Let me explain something to you. They went into slavery first. Right. When the conquistador, Cortez and them boys came over here to the Americas, they took the Taino Indian, who are the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh. They took them and dropped them off into Puerto Rico, a port of riches. They called it Rich Port and decided to name them Puerto Rican. And they were enslaved over there in Puerto Rico, enslaved in Cuba. They took that First Nation man, the North American Indian and the Seminole Indian of the tribes of Gad and Reuben, were all born in the Hebrew. They took them and put them on cargo slave ships and sent them to Spain. Right. The transatlantic slave trade didn't just affect black men and women. It affected the First Nation man and woman and the Latino man and woman. And that's why we have to understand that we're not the oppressor. We're not Arabs, and we are not African. We are God's chosen people, a special people. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6.
Okay.
We have to understand this about our people, man. And I love this scripture right here. It's a milk scripture because it lets us know just how special we are and how we should look at that fellow black man, how we should look at that fellow black woman, Latino man and woman, and First Nation man and woman, how we have to conduct ourselves and be. Now, if we understood this right here, this would eliminate all the crime in our communities. It would eliminate the hatred. It would eliminate us stealing from one another and selling each other drugs and using drugs. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy 7:6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people.
For thou art a holy people. What does it mean to be holy? I say it all the time. Your grandma with that crazy feathered hat on, and your auntie with that crazy hat on, them feathers and them white robes and gowns that your pastor and imams wear. That's not what it means to be holy. When you look holy up, holy means to be separate. Set apart. Even the Bible is called what? The Holy Bible, meaning it ain't for everybody. For thou, old Quaker English for you, are a holy people, a separate people. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God, man. Hold that. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26 to add on to that till we're going to come back to Deuteronomy 7 and 6 to show us too. I'm going to take it a step further. The time now is to separate from these other nations. Now, when I mean separate, I don't mean get on a boat and go somewhere. No, or get on a plane. No, it's time to take our mind out of this place. The Lord said in 1 John 2:15, love not the world and neither the things that are in the world. Meaning don't love this wicked society. Don't love America.
Right.
Don't love the evil society that we're in. You know what I mean? Right now in captivity. Don't love them. It's time to separate. And I'm going to show you separation in the Bible. Read what you got.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
Ye shall be separate unto me. No, we know what I mean? We just went over that. Holy means to be separate. Read on.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For I, the Lord, am holy. Meaning the Lord is separate, man. The Lord is separate. If the Lord is separate, what does that mean? It means he don't love everybody. Don't mean he care about everybody. Not the Arabs, not the oppressor, not the Africans, not the Asians. For I, the Lord, am holy, because we're separate unto the Most High. He's our Father. He ain't everybody's Father. Christ said it himself. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Read on.
And have severed you from other people.
And have severed you from other people. Severed us from the Africans. Severed us from the oppressor. From the Arabs. Man, you look silly celebrating Christmas. You look silly celebrating Halloween and Thanksgiving. The hell am I doing celebrating the genocide, the mass genocide of my First Nation brothers and sisters, man? It's time to separate from the oppressor, separate from Africans, separate from the Arabs, man, and come back to our God, our power. Read on.
That ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine, because we belong to the Most High. We belong to God. Our name is Israel, Yasha Allah, princes of the power. That's your nationality. Princes of the power, princess of the power of you, a sister. Now let's go back to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and then I'm going to get up off it.
Oh God. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art a holy people. We are a holy people, a separate people unto the Most High. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Meaning we are separate unto the Lord. Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord chose us to be that special people unto himself. And understand that, black man and woman, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman. We are separate unto the Lord, man. Special. We are that special people. What does it mean to be special, man? Guess what? We made every major invention here in America. We did. Who can beat us in basketball? Who can beat us in football? Who's smarter than our people? We are the salt of the earth, but we're the salt of the earth. We're special because the Lord chose us. A lot of us have a special pair of shoes, a special fit that we like to wear. A lot of us got special kids that you love more than others, man. Guess what? The Lord chose us to be special. He loved us above all these other nations, man. And we got to stop putting the Most High in a box like he's this little personal genie in a bottle that we can call upon when we in turmoil and expect him to love everybody, when God said that we are a special people. Not everybody. Ain't nothing special about the oppressor in these other nations. I know them Africans got a special smell. They got a special biblical stinking smell they do. I know the oppressor is special in his own way. Him and the Asians, they slow. They slow. But we're the special people. We're the peculiar people that the Lord chose, man. Read on.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We are above all of these heathens. We are above them, man. You got to understand, I don't give a damn how low we are in this society. If you're on drugs or you're messed up, or just life ain't going well in the hellish condition that we live in, man, we are still above these other nations. And it's time for us to look at each other as being special and know our true identity and understand that my fellow brother, man, I'm not going to sell you drugs. I'm not going to hate my brother and my sister in my heart, because we are a special people that the Most High God chose above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. And that was that. We ain't African.
Right.
We are not African. We are not Arabs. We are not oppressors, man. We are not affiliated. Now, let's go on to the next one. Russell Westbrook. I saw this image. I'm about to share an image, you know what I mean, for everybody to see. Now, this was hard to look at. And it just goes to show you just how evil this society is, man, and what they are forcing upon our people. Russell Westbrook is a basketball player for the Los Angeles Lakers, right? And he came out there and said, you know what I mean, and whatever his little Instagram post, whatever little simple quotes they put on the internet nowadays. And this is what the brother got on. Now, in today's society, there's nothing wrong for a man to put on a dress to the oppressor, because this is the oppressor's culture. They did it during the time of the Greeks and the Romans, man. Right. And it goes to show you, man, that we're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen. Jeremiah 10 and verse 1 says, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't you understand that their goal is to effeminate us, black man, First Nation man and woman, Latino man and woman? He don't think there's nothing wrong with this, man. He's talking about, I'm a heterosexual man. This man has a wife and kids, man. And he's trying to project this out to our children to make it seem like it's all right for a man to wear a dress. He ain't the only one. They love to put us in dresses, man. They love to demasculate black men. Don't you understand, like during the time of slavery, what they would do? They would have a process called bucking, where they would take the strong black man, the strong Latino man, First Nation man, and the oppressor would rape him in front of everybody to demasculate this man and feminize this man, man. Guess what? What you got to understand, man, as the Lord's people, we ain't supposed to do this. If I could, give me Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. It ain't just Russell Westbrook. I got another one for you. I got another one. Now, I know a lot of y'all saw Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X did the same thing. He did the same thing. He came out there, so lock him out to share this image. Look at Lil Nas X. It ain't just Russell Westbrook. Lil Nas too. And what's that color he got on? What is up with them putting us in purple? What is up with that purple? Goes to show you, man, they want us to be just as gay as can be. You got Lil Nas X looking like Randy Watson from Coming to America, man. Goes to show you. They are trying to demasculize us, man, to effeminize us black and First Nation and Latino men, man. When the Lord said this, read what you got, Ibad, in Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Now, a woman is not supposed to wear what pertains to a man. Let me explain. Because you got a lot of homosexual fake Israelites that wear that same purple that Lil Nas X has on. The same purple that that Little Richard would wear and Teddy Pendergrass. Guess what? A sister, you can wear pants. Because I done heard a lot of fake Israelites saying, well, sister, what you doing wearing them pants? The scriptures say the woman shall not wear which pertaineth to a man. Pants don't just pertain to women. You have pants that are made for women.
Right.
You have pants that are made for women, and you have pants that are made for men. Now, as a woman, you can't wear man's pants. I wouldn't say go out there and wear man's pants. And if you a man like Lil Nas X, he got on women's pants right now. He got on women's pants. Meaning you got to wear what's pertaining to a man, black man, First Nation man, Latino man, and sister, you got to wear what pertains to you. You can wear pants, sister, but you got to wear female pants. There are pants that are specifically made for women. But the scripture says the woman shall not wear what's pertaining to a man. You're not supposed to be out here looking like Young M.A., Young Ma. You ain't supposed to be out here dressing like a brother, dressing like a nigga. You out here, you know what I mean, with the white tee on, with the baggy, you know what I mean, Echo pants on, wearing Hanes boxers and stuff like that. You telling other women, and a lot of y'all like still sleep with men, talking about, well, just pull my boxers down, homie. No, sis, no. The woman shall not wear with that which pertaineth to a man. Read on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. What Lil Nas X got on right now is a woman's garment. This is made for a woman, man. And it goes to show you here in America, there is no avail. They want us to be as effeminate as possible. But guess what? There is still a place, man. There is still a place on the earth where a man can be a man, where a black man, a Latino man, and a First Nation man can still be masculine, can still have his identity. And that's in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command of General Yohana. Don't be like Russell Westbrook. Don't be like Westbrook. Don't be like Lil Nas X. Now, if I could, I'd buy it. Now, read on. Read on. It's a little bit more.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
All that do so is an abomination unto the Lord thy God. What Russell Westbrook and Lil Nas is doing is an abomination unto the Most High God. You know what they do? They ostracize strong black men that stand up. Man, I know, Lil Boozy is always saying something. You know what I mean? He stood up and said this is wrong. You know what I mean? Kwame Brown recently came out and said, you know what I mean, what Russell Westbrook is doing is wrong, man. Coming out here and wearing dresses, man. It just goes to show you, man, that if you a strong brother, they gonna come after you for it. They gonna say, well, you're being homophobic. You're being homophobic. You're just scared. Let me be very clear what I'm about to say. We are not afraid of homosexuals. Right. Phobia means to be afraid of something. I do not have a fear of homosexuals. Ain't nothing for me to be scared of. I don't fear homosexuals, man. I fear the Most High, because the Most High is the one that could really mess your life up. Christ said, fear the one, you know what I mean, that is able to destroy your body and your soul in heaven and in hell. That's who you need to fear. You need to fear the God of Israel, because it's clear that Russell Westbrook and Lil Nas X does not fear the God of Israel. God said that shall be an abomination unto the Lord thy God, man. Now, if I could, I'd buy it. Let me get give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Let me get 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, Bubba Kushaw. Because this is the problem with our people, man. They trying to normalize this. I went over this in a future, and I think it was the last show I did. I think it was the last show that we did, I went over, you know what I mean, that we're not supposed to be homosexual. And that's in Romans, the 1st chapter, in the 25th and 26th verse. Leviticus 20 and 13 says that homosexuality is an abomination unto the Most High God. There is a plan right now that these other nations have to effeminize our men and our women. Don't be like Russell Westbrook. Don't be like Young Ma. Don't be like Lil Nas X, man. Now, and understand this, you're not going to inherit the kingdom that way neither. Being, you know what I mean, an effeminate man. And I'm going to show you that in the Bible. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
The unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God, meaning this. If you are unrighteous, you are not going to inherit the kingdom, man. I pray you understand. It's not going to happen. You can't be out here being a homosexual. You can't be out here being a transsexual, being a transformer, and think you're going to inherit the kingdom of God. I pray you understand. It does not work that way. Read on.
Be not deceived.
Be not deceived, man. And that's the problem. Our people are being deceived right now. You thinking that this right here is the norm, that this is soon going to be our culture. I saw a disgusting shirt the other day that a brother had on that said, gay is the new black. We're not supposed to be homosexual, man. We're not supposed to be effeminate. Read on.
Neither fornicators.
Neither fornicators, man. Meaning, fornication meaning having unlawful sex. You out there being a homosexual man, a homosexual woman. You out there sleeping with another man's wife. And if you a sister sleeping with a man that's not your husband, man. Neither fornicators. Read on.
Nor idolaters.
Nor idolaters, meaning this, if you worshiping the God, you know what I mean, of the Arabs or the God of the oppressor, you're not going to inherit the kingdom, man. Read on.
Nor adulterers.
Nor adulterers, man. I broke that down. Nor adulterers. You out here having sex with a man that's not your husband, sis. Brother, you out here having sex with a woman that's married to another man. Read on.
Nor effeminate.
Nor what?
Effeminate.
Nor effeminates. Men like Russ ain't gonna inherit the kingdom, man. The Lord told us not to be effeminate, man. You're not supposed to be effeminate like Russell Westbrook or Lil Nas X. Read on.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Meaning this, man. You out there being a homosexual. You out there being an evil, wicked bastard, man, living like the oppressor, living like these heathen, man. The Lord said this in Ezekiel. Matter of fact, let's go to it. Give me Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. This is another one of my favorite scriptures, man, because you got a lot of our people out here that's not with it. That is not with, you know what I mean, the agenda that these heathens are pushing on our people. And Ezekiel told the Lord to go out there and mark those brothers and them sisters, man. Let me get Ezekiel, the 9th chapter and the 4th verse, Baba Quashar.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city. Through the midst of Jerusalem.
The Lord told Ezekiel, man, go through the midst of the city. Go through Jerusalem, man. Read on.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
The Lord told Ezekiel, man, go set a mark upon the foreheads, you know what I mean, among the men, you know what I mean, that cry, you know, and sigh for all the abominations that's going on, man. He told him to go out there and set a mark. He ain't going out there and setting a chip on their head. Right. He ain't putting a chip up their ass for some of y'all to believe, oh, you know, the mark of the beast is the RFID chip. No, Ezekiel ain't go out there and put a chip on nobody's forehead, man. Ezekiel went out there to go find the brothers and sisters, man, that sigh and cry because of the abominations, man. The Lord marked our brothers and sisters for that. And if you in the ISUPK, you are among them, man, that cried and sighed, you know what I mean, because of the abominations that went on with our people, man. A lot of us are tired and sick of all the abominations that's going on, man. And the Lord told Ezekiel to mark them, man. Go out there and mark them for those that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. A lot of our brothers and sisters in America, man, are sick and tired of the homosexuality, that are sick and tired of all the abominations, all the weed smoke, all, you know what I mean, the fornication that goes on, man. And that's why it's time for our people that are sick and tired of that. You got to come into the UPK. You got to come into the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, man. This is a place where a man can be a man, where a woman can be a woman. You can't be an effeminate in here. You can't be a sodomite in here. You can't be a drug addict or a drug dealer in here. You can come in here like that, but you for damn sure are going to change, man. Christ said, man, that we become a new creature unto him, man. When you come in here and walk through these doors, you know what I mean, and stay consistent. You know what I mean? If you a sister striving to get her name, a brother striving to become a trooper, man, that's striving to become an officer, you become a new creature in the eyes of the Most High. And what you did in the past does not matter as long as you become that new man, that new creature that the Most High and Christ intended our people to be. It is not in our nature to be unrighteous, man. It's not in our nature to be like these other nations. To paraphrase in the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, the Lord made us to be a vessel unto honor. We were made honorable. We're honorable by nature. That's why it's taboo for our people to be like Russ and to be like Lil Nas X and to be like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. All of those things, man, is taboo to our people. Because we were made to be a vessel unto honor, while the oppressor was made to be that vessel unto dishonor, man. And guess what? And this transitions into the next thing, too. The next story I want to go into, and this is heavy. It's heavy for this reason, because of all of the abominations that's going on, the Lord is plaguing this earth. And how is the Lord plaguing the earth right now? He's doing it with the COVID-19. The oppressor thought, the Chinese, the Africans thought that it was going to get better, right, bud? They thought, Kenneth Copeland said it just needs heat. It needs heat. It needs that Africa heat. Like the heat was going to do something. They said now it's going to get worse. Now there is something called the Delta variant. And I want to go into that story because China got locked down again. China had to lock down again. And it ain't just China. It's not just China, all across the earth, man. The Delta variant, man, the COVID done evolved. It is Delta now, Ibad. Now, if I could, I want you to read, Ibad, the title. I want you to read the title. I'm going to give you my phone because I believe I have it pulled up. Bear with me. Bear with me. There you go.
This is from CNN.com. The Delta variant has hit China's economy hard.
The Delta variant has hit China's economy hard, man. It hit them hard. How hard did it hit them? I'll tell you how hard. Now let's read a little bit more.
Now a property crunch is looming.
Now a property crunch is meaning they about to be in a jam right now. China going through it. And what we have to understand, man, and what your pastor doesn't understand, and what your imam doesn't understand, is that the coronavirus was prophesied about in the Bible. It's in the Bible. All of these different diseases, all of these different plagues, guess what? The Lord said that they were going to come. Now the Delta variant that hit China's economy so hard. And guess what? It's not just China's economy neither. It's not just China's economy. It hit America hard as well. That's why the oppressors are out here scrambling and don't know what the hell to do. They don't know what to do. China is like, goddamn, we got to lock down. The businesses are closing. You see it here. Now, we go out there to camp at 12th Market, you know what I mean, in 15th and JFK, and the businesses are closing early, man. They just brought the mandatory mask mandate, man. Things are not getting better. They are getting worse, and I can only think about that devil, man, Andrew Cuomo, who got exactly what was going to, he got exactly, you know what I mean, what he deserved and what he deserved to get, because he came out there and said, too, Andrew Cuomo said that God did not bring down the number of cases in the coronavirus. We did
invest
that.
in a darling
of
the sort of
what?
meme stock
Now
phenomenon.
Cuomo is dealing with his own sexual harassment scandals. Now he had to resign.
But
the God of
Israel
is
that she
not
said
to be messed with.
Beijing.
He's not to be messed with. I think that's a little. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61.
Was the crackdown on the
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61. I'll read a little bit more of the article. It says Chinese authorities attributed the slower growth to COVID outbreaks and flooding. It ain't just. Here's the thing too.
Prosperity, sort of a redistribution.
It ain't just the COVID.
Of wealth.
It's all the floods that's been happening, all of the hurricanes, all of these natural disasters that the Lord brings. And I heard a lot of silly Negroes say, well, you know, the oppressor has the weather machine. He has heart. You give the white man too much goddamn power. He's not a God. He's not a God,
areas,
man.
But as you said, she is not giving up.
The oppressor is not a God, man.
Some of these
He's
regulations
not. He is a man.
Give up on China because they
he is not a man, man. What you got to understand, he's a man, just like everybody else. They try to make it seem like that he's a deity, that nothing can go wrong with the oppressor. Like General Muhammad was breaking down, you know what I mean, with 9/11. Our people believe that the oppressor is God, and he's not. He's a man. He can bleed too. And he does not have the power to make hurricanes and to make floods. I didn't heard it all, man. I didn't heard it all. Well, you know, he has that heart weather machine that causes tornadoes and floods. No, God is the one that does that, man. God is the one that does that. Now read what you got.
Playtime is pretty much over for China's young online gamers. Beijing has banned online gamers under 18 from playing on weekdays and limited their play to only 3 hours on most weekends.
Which is not
China's
written
media watchdog says
in the book of this law.
Now, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law. What is every sickness and every plague? I'll tell you, that COVID-19.
Right.
That coronavirus, man, that Delta variant, man, that's what's going on. Every sickness and every plague, read on.
Then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Until thou be destroyed, man. Till thou be destroyed. This is another article, man. This is another one that I was looking at. Look at this right here. It says China locks down city of 4.5 million as Delta surges again. This is in the Bible. This is in the Bible, man. Read it again, Ibad.
Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law.
That is not written in the book of this law, man. COVID wasn't written of it. The words coronavirus ain't in the Bible, but every sickness, every plague that is not written in the book of this law, read on.
Then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Until thou be destroyed, man. I'm going to read a little bit of this article. It says the latest outbreak, which has yet to escape the Wuhan province, includes 103 cases in 3 cities thus far. Well, goddamn, I thought things was on the up and up. I thought things was going to get better. Nope. Things are going to get worse. You thought, you know what I mean, that things was just going to get better, that this was just going to improve. And this is why we have to understand that it's important for us to come back to our God. We could give a damn what goes on with the Chinese man and woman, what goes on with the Arab man and woman in the oppressor. We have to pray that the COVID, you know what I mean, does its course and wipes them out. Now that the COVID, you know what I mean, is messing with us, it's because we're disobeying our God. Are you aware that our First Nation brothers and sisters, man, on reservations are suffering the most from the coronavirus? The oppressor doesn't want to give them the vaccine, but he will send them body bags, though. He will send them body bags. And for all the restrictions that they have, what restrictions are they having for the so-called Arab man and woman that's coming over here, man? Like my sister Debalaya said, man, we cry all the time for our people, man. We got to cry for that Latino man and woman that's suffering on that border, man. That's suffering, you know what I mean, on them concrete floors, drinking out the toilet, man. They catching the COVID too, in close proximity in cages with one another, man. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That's why it's important for us to come back to our God, man. First Nation man, Latino man and woman, Black man and woman. You looking for answers in the Christian church and they don't have it. Your pastor don't even know that the Bible speaks about these diseases that come, man. We just read it in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 61. That all these sickness and all these places that are not written of the book of this law, man, will come and overtake thee. And they doing that. That's why it is up to us, man, to come back and do what our God said to do. And guess what? It ain't just there. It ain't just there. Let me get 2 Ezra 15 and verse 5. I'm going to show you something, man. It's in the Bible. It's written all throughout the Bible, man. It just goes to show you, man, more so ever than now, man, that your Christian pastor, your imam, they failed. They was online crying the other day. Well, you know, we didn't know about the coronavirus. We didn't know that it was going to be this bad. And my congregation is asking me, why couldn't I warn them of this? Maybe because you don't know the Bible. Maybe because you're not a priest and prophet of the Most High God. Leave that for the priests and generals and captains and officers in the ISUPK or the Commander General Yohana. Leave that to us. Now, let me get 2 Ezra 15 and verse 5, Baba Kushaw.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
That I will bring plagues upon the world, man. The Lord brought plagues upon the world, man. What are those plagues, man? What's the plagues that we seeing right now? COVID-19.
Right.
We seeing it. It's plaguing the entire earth, man. Everybody is affected by it, man. Everyone is affected by this. The Lord said he was going to do this. Read it again.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Famine and destruction, man. He said he was going to bring famine and destruction. And you see the destruction. You see the famine that's going on right now, the shortage of food. You see, you know what I mean, not just, you know what I mean, the coronavirus. You see all the hurricanes. And guess what? War is coming as well, man.
Right.
War is coming as well. All of these things have been prophesied in the Bible. I'm looking at an article right now. It says the Mu variant is worse than the Delta. The two forms of COVID compared. Goddamn, they got different variants. I thought it was just the Delta. Meaning the Lord ain't done plaguing this place. He's not done. But what can we do as the Lord's chosen people? What are we supposed to do? What is our duty? I'll explain it to you. Our duty is this. And I'm gonna read it too. Give me Matthew 24 and verse 6, and I'm gonna read Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. I'm gonna show you what the duty of our people is. Black man, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Our duty is to fear the Most High, It's to fear Yahweh. The problem is you fear the oppressor. You fear him when you need to fear the Most High. The Most High is the one that brought Hurricane Ida, that brought all them hurricanes, that brought these plagues, that brought the coronavirus and the different variants of it. Fear God and keep his commandments, meaning keep the law, statutes, and commandments. The law ain't done away with. The law has not been done away with. Christ said that in Matthew 5:17. Because for this is the whole duty of man. Our entire duty as God's chosen people is to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. He gave this to our people. I pray you understand. And these times have to come. Right. They're prophesied in the Bible. Now let me show you what Christ said. Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter, and start at verse 6. Ibaya.
This is the book of Matthew, to the 24th and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Now, we're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars, man. Guess what? America and Russia are getting ready to go at it. America and China are getting ready to go to war, man. There are rumors of war. We're hearing about it, man. You see what's going on in Afghanistan. They just took back their country, the Taliban, man. They getting ready to come over here to America. And if you think that the good Arabs, the so-called good Arabs are coming over here to feed us lamb and rice and chicken and rice, nigga, you stupid. Right. Don't think that them crazy Talibans is coming. They ain't coming over here. They coming over here as well. And they gonna bomb, they gonna bomb different places. You better believe it. The Arab man and woman, Ishmael, they wild men and women, yeah. You better believe that they gonna come over here, and cause it's gonna be another 9/11. It might be something far worse. The Christ said it himself that there's going to be more to come, man. There's going to be wars and rumors of war. Read on.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled by this. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. What are we going to do, Mr. Oppressor? What are we going to do, Mr. White Man? No, what you have to do, black man and woman, is get yourself together, man. Come into the ISUPK and come back to your culture because this is ours. Read on.
For all these things must come to pass.
All of these things must come to pass. All of these things have to happen. Read on.
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet. Meaning this is not the end. This is not the end to come. Read on.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Guess what? America is going to rise up against China. Russia is going to rise up against America, man. This has to happen. For nation shall rise against nation. Read on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. Meaning this has to happen. Kingdoms have to rise up against kingdom. Meaning what is kingdom? Governments are going to rise up against other governments. You see North Korea. North Korea talking trash every day. You see the Taliban with the Afghanistanis, they already making allies with Russia and China. You better believe it. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Read on.
And there shall be famines.
And there shall be famines, man. Shortages of food. You can forget about it. Read on.
And pestilences.
And what?
Pestilences.
What is pestilences? I'll tell you, disease, the coronavirus, the Delta variant, the Mu variant. Forget about it. That's the pestilence. It's written about in the Bible. Read on.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
Earthquakes in diverse places. Meaning, and then we just had multiple earthquakes that just happened. After the hurricane hit Haiti, man, they got hit with a devastating earthquake, man. Our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Levi just can't take a break. And that's why it's important, man, for all of our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Levi. What you need to be doing, if you a Haitian man and woman, you need to get in contact with Officer of 5,000 Yatazar, man. Officer of 5,000 Yatazar. You know what I mean? Yatazar Bon Lawyer, man. Big up to my Ottawa out there in Harlem, New York, man. He's over Haiti. And if you Haitian, if you a Haitian man or woman, you need to get in contact with our brother, man, Officer Yatazar. Amen. And come into this body, come into the body of Christ and come into the UPK under command of General Yohana, man. Earthquakes in diverse places. These are the things that have to happen. They must happen because Christ said they were going to happen. So you got to prepare yourself, man. And I also want to go over this too. For all of you silly Negroes out there, and y'all know who y'all are. You know exactly who you are, because I got to touch on this. I saw it on Clubhouse, and then we're going to go to the last question. The last question is in Matthew, the 18th chapter, but give me 1 Corinthians 3:19. We have to go over this, too, because I saw it on Clubhouse. Everybody's saying, well, we're not supposed to take the vaccine. The oppressor, put some in that vaccine to try to kill us. I remember when y'all silly Negroes was talking about how, the coronavirus was created because the oppressor went up there and had the 5G towers. The 5G towers is getting us the COVID, man. Because if you got the 5G, meaning if you got 5G bars, right, on your phone, you getting the coronavirus. Goes to show you, man, that read what you got, Ibad. Read 1 Corinthians 3:19, Bubba Kashaw.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
The wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. What does that mean? You sitting up here giving the oppressor too much credit. Let me explain something to you simple Negroes out there. If the oppressor wanted to have you dead, there are many more efficient and low-cost ways to do it. Why does he have to create a tower that's going to give off radiation to slowly kill you or give you poison in a vaccine when all he has to do is put his knee on your neck? George Floyd. All he has to do is murder you in your own crib. Breonna Taylor. Hell, it happened to, what's the brother's name, man, that devil Amber Geiger killed? Botham Shem Jones was just sitting in his own house, eating ice cream and listening to music, and that devil Amber Geiger knocked on his door. He opened the door, and she murdered our brother in cold blood. There are more efficient ways for the oppressor to kill us. You simple niggas got to stop smoking weed, man. You got to stop getting high. They don't have to come up with ways to kill you when all they got to do is murder you for jogging in their wrong neighborhood, man. That's a Mahmoud Arbery. Look at our sister, Vanessa Gillian, a Mexican sister. They raped her and mutilated her body, chopped her up and buried her and told her mother that they ain't know what happened to her. That's all they got to do to our people. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. You got to understand this, man. You got to understand this. You sitting up here believing every simple thing in the book and on by the oppressor when you need to understand, man. Paul and Peter said this. Peter said this in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter, that we ought to obey God rather than men, man. And the scriptures say, you know what I mean, to honor thy physician. That's an Ecclesiasticus. Honor that physician, meaning go and talk to your doctor. Go and talk to that doctor, man. If it's okay and if it seems fit for you, if your doctor agrees that you should get the vaccination, go get it, man. It ain't going to kill you. You're not going to get the vaccine and turn into the goddamn predator. It ain't going to happen. You ain't going to grow a second head. Man, my homie in the world that I came to class with, Ibahayah, the one that General Mayock scared off because General Mayock told my homie that he couldn't smoke weed and mess with white whores and eat tuna. He told me, bro, why'd you go get the vaccine? He was mourning. He acted like I was going to die, Bob. Well, I'm still here. I'm still standing. We're not afraid of needles, man. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. Meaning this, man, you got to understand something. You got to understand this. And I have to be transparent. I have to be clear what I have to say to you, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Now's the time to put that weed down. That's the problem. One day y'all gonna still one day they gonna put down that weed I buy. That's what it is. The weed is telling you, well, it's gonna kill me. It's pork. I had a sister tell me it's pork in the vaccine. They putting dead babies in it. No, the hell they not. Goes to tell you, man, that you're not doing your research, man. Talk to your doctor about it. Understand that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. These things have to happen. Now, for the last question that I'm going to take up this last, 35 minutes with something heavy. I went over in the previous class and I see that General Mayock had it down, but I want to go into it as well. I want to go into some brotherhood. I want to go into some brotherhood, and big shout out, man, to every brother that's out there with us on Sunday for Hebrew Academy. Give yourself a hand, man, because we out there every Sunday, man, to prove that we belong, man. The trial, it says that gold is tried in the fire, man. I could just explain, man, just for the few weeks that we've been into it, Ibad. Whatever little, and I will say this, whatever little remnant of friends that you think you may have in the world, that don't matter. Because when I look at Ibad Hayah, when I look at, Zarai Bakar out there out of Delaware, big shout out to my brother Zarai out there, big shout out to Isaiah Ward, Thashiyama Matazia Allah. I look at them brothers. I look at Officer Zar Wide. I look at Officer Nakar. I look at Officer Mataza Wide. I look at Trooper Yowanathan. I look at Trooper Nabai, Trooper Kalatazar, Trooper Haward, Trooper Marquaz, and Young Man James. I look at my brother, Officer of 1,000, you lied. I look at my brothers, man, and I say, man, these are my brothers, man, for the blood of my brothers. Right. Your homies in the world ain't out there with you, man. You need to look at your brother, man, and understand, man, that we need to have this brotherhood with each other, that we going through and feeling the same pain, and it's important for us to understand this, man. Guess what? Man? If you are Black, Latino, and First Nation in the sound of my voice, we have to have more brotherhood with each other. And what do I mean by having more brotherhood? You have to understand, man, that sometimes your brother may offend you. Because what I noticed, man, a lot of us like to hold stuff in. You know what I mean? If a man above you, or even if it's a man below you, if they offend you, you try to make excuses. Don't make excuses, man. And we're going to go over what Christ said to do in Matthew, the 18th chapter. For some reason, it seems like this is the hardest thing on the earth to do, Ibad, and I just don't understand. I don't understand it. What you need to understand, you're not being a brother if you're not doing what Christ said to do. And we're going to go over that. Let's go over Matthew, the 18th chapter and the 15th verse, Bubba Kusho.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
Let's stop right there. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee. What is trespass against thee? Maybe your brother may offend you. Let me give you an example. Let's say, me and Ibahaya, we in the club. We go to River Deck. I'm out there. I'm officer of 1,000. Officer Ibahaya is an officer of 50. Let's say I'm out there in River Deck. I'm acting a fool. Let's say I'm out there dancing with white women, groping up and filling up on women, acting out of order, drunk. And Ibahaya is like, Salakia, sir. Maybe you should, Salakia, sir. Salakia, my lord. Maybe, you should tone it down a little bit, sir. We supposed to be messing, with whores and other women of different nations. Maybe you might have offended your sister. And I say, Shammai, shut the F up. Go sit over there. I'm an officer of 1,000. You're an officer of 50. F out my face, nigga. You know what I mean? You don't know more than me. For brother, if I offend Ibad Hayah, what is Ibad Hayah supposed to do? Just sit there and take it and be like, all right, no sweat. You know what I mean? Maybe Yediah just had a bad day. Maybe Yediah is going through something. Christ is about to explain what he's supposed to do in that situation. Read on, Ibad.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
What Ibad's supposed to do in this situation is the next day when I'm sober, and next time he see me, pull me aside. Do not be afraid if you are, and I have to say this, man, and I can speak from personal experience. Do not be afraid to pull a man above you to the side. He will respect you for it, man. 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10. He will respect you for doing that. And let me explain what you do. You pull that man to the side, say, Salakia, sir. Pull him to the side, man. Get in the Madam Shabbat. You know what I mean? Address him like you would address, a father. And be like, Salakia, sir. You was out, Salakia, so I felt as though you was out of order, you know what I mean, yesterday, sir. I felt as though, you didn't have to tell me, you were wrong for telling me to shut the F up. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. You was wrong for groping up on them sisters and dancing with heathens, man. You're supposed to pull that brother to the side and tell him his fault. He and thee alone. Not you going to Facebook. Not you going to Twitter. Not you going to Instagram. Not you going to another brother or that sister. No, to he and thee alone. Because guess what? If you call me, if a brother offends you, and you call me and you tell me that you didn't go to he and him alone, I'm like, Salakia, you out of order. I'm going to hang up on you. I'm like, Salakia, warrior, you got to do what Christ said to do. What the hell are you telling me for? Go and tell your fault between he and thee alone. Now, read on.
If he shall hear thee.
If he shall what?
Hear thee.
If he shall hear thee. What does it mean to hear thee? I'll tell you. Like that hypothetical situation I brought up between me and Ibad. If he shall hear thee, if I heard Ibad, it'd be like, oh man, Salakia, warrior, Salakia, my bad. Salakia, I apologize. It'll never happen again. My bad, warrior. Salakia, it'll never happen again. That's your brother hearing thee, man. If he hears you, read on.
Thou hast gained thy brother.
Thou hast gained thy brother, meaning you gained your brother, you know what I mean? If he hears you, if he hears what you have to say. Now, it may come something, you know what I mean, if he doesn't hear you. Now, verse 16, read on. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. But if he will not hear thee.
Now, if he will not hear thee, if he won't hear thee, guess what? What does that mean? I'll explain. Let's say if I didn't hear Ibad. I'm like, what you mean? I wasn't wrong. What you talking about? I wasn't wrong what I did last night. You know what you do? If the man above you, you know what I mean, whoever brother says, if they don't hear you, if they say, nah, man, you was wrong, I'm right, say, Salakia. You know what I mean? Salakia, no sweat. I see you in council. Now the next step is council. Now the next step, you call your camp leader and a council will be set up. Read on.
Then take with thee one or two more.
Now take with you one or two more. That's the council. Now you're in council. Now you're taking the brother that offended you to council before the generals, man. Read on.
In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses.
In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, because guess what? Speaking from personal experience, General Hyman will get to the bottom of what happened. Right. I've been to council, Israel. I've been to council. And I listen, and guess what? Even in that council, I was in the right. But it felt like from whatever went down when the reason why I took a brother to council, it felt like when General Hyman was breaking everything down and he listened to my side and listened to the brother's side, it felt like he was there the entire time. I cannot make this up. It felt like General Hyman was there with us the entire time and we did not see him. He's going to get to the bottom of it. I'm telling you, man. I used to think, you know what I mean, I still think this one. General Hyman be sitting right there. He knows what's on your mind. Right. He know. Don't even. I'm just saying. Don't try to lie. Don't do it. Do not do it. He knows what's on your mind already. He knows. It is why don't lie. There's no point. He is going to get to the bottom of what happened, and a righteous judgment is going to come out of that. Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Read on.
Every word may be established.
Every word may be established, meaning you both gonna get a chance to give your side. And read on.
Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them.
Now, let's say he neglects to hear them. What if he, now let's say Ibad took me to council and I ain't hear Ibad. I'm like, no, Salaki, you wrong. Let's say he takes me to council, right? And I ain't trying to hear what the generals got to say. I'd be like, no, General Hyman, no, General Mayak, no, General High ain't go down like that. I'm not wrong, man. I was right. Read on.
Tell it unto the church.
Now the entire school has to hear about it. Now everybody is going to hear about what happened. Read on.
But if he neglect to hear the church.
Now, if he neglect to hear the church.
Let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican.
Now, let him be unto a heathen man and as a publican. What does it mean to be a heathen man and to be as a publican? Now you are like an oppressor. Now you like an African. Now you can't be in here. You a heathen. Now you got that legion. You got them demons on you that don't want you to hear the righteous judgment that was passed during this council. Meaning nobody can tell you something. You can't be told nothing. Now you sitting up here saying, well, no, everybody is wrong. Now you getting thrown out the school for being an evil, wicked bastard, man. Read on.
Verse 18. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Now, whatever shall be bound in earth shall also be bound in heaven. So whatever ruling comes out of that council from the generals, it's also going to be bound in the fourth dimension with them angels as well. I pray you understand that. Read on.
And whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven.
And whatever shall be loosed in heaven shall be loosed in earth. Read on.
Verse 19. Again, I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth,
that if two of you shall agree on earth, read on,
as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father.
Christ is saying it shall be done of the Father which is in heaven. If two of you shall agree on earth, meaning it shall be bound in the fourth dimension with the Most High and the angels as well, man. That's why it's important to be a brother. This is why it is important, man, to do, you know what I mean? And this is what's another thing that's heavy too. And let's read verse 20, and then I'm gonna go into it. I might go into the I might read down too. Let's read.
Verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
Meaning if 2 or 3 gather in Christ's name, Christ is also in the midst of that as well, man. That's why it's important, man, to understand that you have to be a brother, that you have to forgive your brother as well. Do not get me wrong. And guess what? I also want to establish this too. It's not just the brotherhood with us here in the UPK. We have to extend this same brotherhood to our brothers and sisters that are in the world as well, man. You cannot come up in here and be like, Shalom, y'all about to no, establish that same brotherhood with your brothers and your sisters that are in the world as well, man. Be a brother to them. Be a sister to them. And guess what? Do not get me wrong, Israel. You had a lot of our people, and trust me, I understand. I've had some brothers and sisters in the world that have done some foul things to me, that have said some foul things. A lot of us got people we're not even speaking to because of something that was petty. But you have to forgive them, man. I understand that maybe your father may not have been in your life. I understand your mother may not have been there. They may have been on drugs. Your brother or sister may have done you dirty. I had brothers that was day ones. You know what I mean? Sisters that was with me that I thought that was going to be there till death do our part. That was going to be my day one. I thought my day one niggas was going to ride or die for me. And lo and behold, where are they at? Are they out there? Ask yourself this question. If you listening to me, them day one niggas that you got in the world, are they out there on that field with you in Hebrew Academy on Sunday? I don't see them niggas. I see Ibahaya. I see Haward. I see Kaladazar. I see Yawanathan. I see Young Man James. I see Isaiah Ward, Thusha Young, Matazia Allah. I see Zarai. I see Nakar. I see Zarwai. I see my brethren, man. I see my brothers. And it's important, man, to forgive one another. Offenses may come, man, but you got to make sure you pull that brother to the side. And they go for you sisters, too. Pull that sister to the side as well, man. And don't just go for the brothers. You have to learn how to be more forgiving to one another. And I want to go into this parable, too. The parable of the unforgiven servant. Let's read verse 21, Ibad.
Verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him?
Peter came to Christ and said, well, my Lord, Salakia, sir, Salakia Adawan, but how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? I mean, how many times do I got to forgive that nigga if he keep offending me? Read on.
Till 7 times?
Peter is like, well, Christ, my Lord, if he offend me, just 7 times. You know what I mean? I can forgive him 7 times and that's it. Let's see what Christ said.
Verse 22. Jesus saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times.
I say not unto thee 7 times. Read on.
But until 70 times 7.
But until 70 times 7. Meaning always forgive your brother. Always forgive that sister, man. That's the problem, man. You too busy always trying to hate one another. We can't do that. The scriptures say, as a matter of fact, Ibahaya, let me get that. Let me get John 13 and verse 34. Let me get John 13 and verse 34. Then we're going to come back to this, man. You have to always forgive your brother, man. You got to love one another. That's the problem, man. We don't have no more love to each other, man. Christ said not until 7 times 7, but until 70 times 7. Meaning this, always forgive your brother. Meaning you always got to have love for your brother, man. Forgive him. Forgive her. Read that for me, Bubba Kushaw.
This is book of John, 13 and verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
A new commandment I give unto you. And Christ was being sarcastic when he said this. Read on.
That ye love one another.
That ye love one another. Christ told us to love one another. Read on.
As I have loved you.
As I have loved you. And Christ loved us so much that he gave his life for us, man. We have to give that type of love back to one another, man. You got to understand. Let's go back to Matthew 18 and 23. Not just until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Always forgive your brother, man. Because if you do not forgive your brother, how the hell do you expect the Most High to forgive you of every wicked thing that you did, man? Bro. How can you expect it to be forgiven of all the foul shit, Salaki for the language, that you have done in the past, man, if you can't forgive your brother and your sister, man? Always forgive your brother and your sister. And guess what? Even those that done you wrong in the world, I'm not saying you got to be buddy-buddy with them. I'm not saying you got to be just up under them. No, meaning forgive them, man. Let it go. Now, let's read verse 23 on down.
Verse 23. Oh, sorry. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 23. Therefore, if the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servant. Verse 24. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents.
Let me explain something. And I ain't trying to call no names or nothing like that. But y'all know damn well if somebody owed you $10, you're going to be on their head. This king had a servant under him that owed him 10,000 talents. That's like $100,000. Or, you know, or the lowest amount I could think of is 10,000. If somebody owed you $100,000 or $10,000, that's your ass. That's your ass. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of y'all got niggas you not speaking to over $10. Imagine if they owed you 100,000. Imagine if they owed you 10,000 or 50,000. It'd be all over for them. Read on.
Verse 25. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold.
Now, he couldn't pay. So he said, okay, you can't pay. You're going to be sold. I'm going to get my money one way or another. Read on.
And his wife.
And goddamn, and his wife? Meaning he's selling him and his wife. Read on.
And children.
And the children. And the children. The babies. This king ain't playing. He said, nigga, you owe me $100,000. I'm selling you, your wife, and your kids. Read on.
And all that he had.
And everything that you got. Read on. The dog, too. Everything. The TV, you know what I mean? The house, all that got to go. Them fresh Jordans, right. I want all that. Read on. Let's see what this brother does, the servant.
And payment to be made. Verse 26. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him.
The servant fell down on his knees and worshiped and said, Salakia, sir, Salakia, my Lord, please. Read on. Begging.
Saying, Lord, have patience with me.
He said, my Lord, Adawan, Salakia, sir, have patience with me, sir. Have patience with me, my Lord. Read on.
And I will pay thee all.
He said, have patience with me, sir. My Adawan, my Lord, I'll pay it all, sir. Just have a little patience with me. Let's see what this king does, man. Read on.
Verse 27. Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion.
The Lord of that servant was moved with compassion. He said, damn, man. That touched him. He said, damn, man, that's whew. I got compassion now, man. That's rough. Damn. He had compassion because he said, have patience with me. He forgave him, man. Read on. He sympathized with this brother. Read on.
And loosed him and forgave him the debt.
He loosed him and he took them chains off him and forgave him the debt. A lot of you niggas ain't forgiving a brother. They owe you $10. He forgave a brother that owed him 10,000 talents, like $10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000. That takes a lot. He forgave that brother, man. Read on.
Verse 28. But the same servant.
Now, the same servant, let's keep in mind, he was just forgiven of a debt of 10,000 talents. The king had compassion on him, man. He had compassion for this brother because of, you know what I mean? He said, have patience with me. I mean, he forgave that brother, man. as you're supposed to. You're supposed to have patience with your brother. Have patience with that brother and that sister, man. Forgive them. But this same servant, let's read on,
went out and found one of his fellow servants.
Now, he went out there and found a man under him. He found a servant under him. Read on.
Which owed him 100 pence.
Which owed him 100 pence. Now, he owed him 100 pence, which is like, what, $5, $10? Owed him $100. You owe 10,000 talents. And this brother owes 100 pence. It's not the same. Read on.
And he laid hands on him.
He laid hands on him. God damn. That goes to show you, man, that the Bible is a black and Latino book, man. Because a lot of y'all niggas that laid hands on people. Y'all should see Ibad Hayah in the casino, man. When niggas owe Ibad lay hands on people, man. A couple y'all, I done laid hands on a couple people in the world before over some goddamn money. Not now, of course. Ibad Hayah is not in the river. He's not in the Riverbank Casino, and he's not gonna be in Vegas, and he's not gonna be at the racetrack laying hands on people that owe him money. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, Israel. But laid hands on it. He laid hands on this brother because he owed him $100 when he just got forgiven a debt of $100,000. Is that any way to be? Is that any way to be a brother? No, it's not. Read on.
And took him by the throat.
Took him by the throat, man. Took him by the throat. Took that brother by the throat, gripped him up and said, nigga, you owe me $100. You gonna pay what you owe. God damn, Ibad. Read on.
Saying, pay me that thou owest.
Pay what thou owest, man. He laid hands on that brother. Laid hands on him, man. Grabbed him by the throat. Trooper Malaquat out there. I know he done choked a couple niggas over a couple dollars, man. Not now, of course, but I'm just saying. He grabbed that brother by the throat and said, you gonna pay, man. You gonna pay what you owe. Read on.
Verse 29. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, have patience with me.
That sound familiar? Read that again.
Have patience with me.
He said, have patience with me, sir. Have patience with me, my Lord. You would think he would remember him saying the exact same words to his Adawan, to his master, to his king, man. Said the same thing. Have patience with me. Let's see if this fellow servant has patience with a man under him. Read on.
And I will pay thee all.
And I will pay thee all. He's like, Salakia, sir. Salakia, my Lord. I will pay it all. Just have patience with me. Read on.
Verse 30. And he would not.
And he would what?
Not.
And he would not. You just got forgiven a debt of 10,000 talents. Somebody forgave you a debt of $100,000. You can't forgive your brother of $100. How evil can you be, man? Don't be like this, brother. Read on.
But went and cast him into prison.
Put him in jail, man. Put him in prison. Locked him up. Read on.
Till he should pay the debt.
Till he should pay the debt. That was foul, man. Locked him up. This brother was getting ready to be sold, him and his wife and his kids, because he owed 10,000 talents, Ibad. And you putting a brother under you, you know what I mean, in jail for 100 pence, what can't even compare to the astronomical debt that you owe, man. This is an evil servant, man. But guess what? Read on.
Verse 31. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry.
Now, when the other servants saw what was done, they was like, damn, man, that was wrong what Jeff did to Fred, man. That was wrong with Tyree, you know what I mean, did the Caleb, man. That was messed up. That was messed up, you know what I mean, what John did to James, man. That's cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. That nigga just got forgiven by the king $100,000, and he put that brother in jail for $100. Nah, man, that's messed up. That's cold-blooded. Read on.
And came and told unto their Lord.
Oh, shit. Now they telling their Lord. The same Lord that forgave him of that debt, they went to him and said, Salakia, sir, you won't believe what I just saw. You will not believe it. And they said, what happened? They like, wait, he did what? After I forgave him of that, where he at? Read on.
All that was done. Verse 32. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant.
Thou wicked servant. You wicked ass nigga. Read on.
I forgave thee all that debt.
I forgave you. I forgave you all that debt. I forgave you, man. You couldn't have done the same thing for your brother that's under you. Read on.
Because thou desirest me.
Because you came to me. You said, have patience with me, my Lord. You wrong for that, man. You should have had patience with that brother, man. You should have did what I did to you. You should have forgave him, man. Read on.
Verse 33. Shouldest not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant?
Meaning you should have had compassion for that fellow brother, man. For that fellow servant under you. You should have had that same compassion that I had for you that you should have had for him. Read on.
Even as I had pity on thee.
Even as I have had pity on thee. He said, man, you wrong for that, man. I had pity on you. You should have had pity on your brother. Read on.
Verse 34. And his Lord was wroth.
He was wroth. He was hot. He was angry. Read on.
And delivered him to the tormentors.
And delivered him to the tormentors, man. And delivered him to the tormentors. Meaning this, man, you better be brotherly. You better love your brother. You better learn how to forgive your brother, because this ain't tolerated here in the ISUPK. It ain't tolerated here. It ain't. Listen, man, what you got to understand is, and it really ain't going to be tolerated in the kingdom. Because if anything like this happen in the kingdom, you're going to be delivered to the tormentors. You're going to be delivered to Kalatazar and Ibad Hayah and Zerah-Bakar and Barzal-Rakar. And they're going to torment you, all right. You better believe that. Meaning this, man, have mercy on your brothers, man. Have compassion for them. And Christ is about to explain why. Read on.
Till he should pay all that was due unto him.
Now, this brother got delivered to the tormentors until he paid that 10,000 talent. Read on.
Right. Verse 35. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you.
Now, likewise shall my heavenly Father also do unto you. Meaning this, Israel. How the hell can you expect the Most High to forgive you for what you have done when you can't forgive your brother? So likewise shall my heavenly Father do unto you. Read on.
If ye from your hearts forgive not every one his brother their trespasses.
Meaning you have to forgive your brother for their trespasses, man. They did you wrong. They did you dirty. Forgive them, man. Brotherhood is what we have, man. This is the stability, you know what I mean, that keeps us going. Brotherhood is a weapon. Now, if I could, man, give me Romans chapter 12 and verse 10, and then give me, bear with me. Give me Romans 12 and 10, and then give me 1 Peter 2 and 17. I'm going to end the show with that. But let me get Romans 12 and verse 10 first. Meaning you have to forgive one another, man. What happened to brotherly love, man? What happened to loving thy brother as thyself? The Lord said in Matthew 12 and Mark 12 and 30 and 31 to love the Most High God with all thy mind, all thy strength, and thy soul, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. When it says love thy neighbor, meaning love thy brother, love that Latino man and woman, love that First Nation man and woman, love that black man and woman. Let me get Romans 12 and 10, Bubba Kashaw.
This book, Romans 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another.
Be kindly affection one to another. Meaning be kind to one another, man. Be kind to that fellow sister, man. It's too much out here, sisters hating one another. Brothers hating each other for what? Because they got on the same sneakers. Sis, she got on the same dress as you. Nah, man. Love one another, man. Be kindly affection one to another. There was a time, man, when we loved one another. We greeted one each other, man. Greeted one another. We ain't had these petty disagreements, man. Be kindly affection one to another. Read on.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love, man. That brotherly love with one another, man. Love that fellow black man and woman. Love that fellow First Nation man and woman. That fellow Latino man and woman, man. Read on.
And honor, preferring one another.
And honor, preferring one another. We prefer one another. There was a time, man, when we preferred one another. There was a time, man, when we was in the physical chains, man, in bondage, where our First Nation brothers and sisters would come and help liberate us, man, where we would live, you know what I mean, with our First Nation brothers and sisters, man, of the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben. the North American Indian and Seminole Indian, man, the First Nation, they understand that us Black and First Nation men and women, they understand that we're the same. They understand, man, that Latino man and woman, the Puerto Rican man and woman, the Dominican man and woman, the Colombian man and woman, the Mexican and Central American man and woman, they understand, man, that we are La Familia. We are the same people. We are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, man, the lost sheep. And we should have honor preferring one another, man. Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love and honor preferring one another. Now, let me get 1 Peter, what I asked for about 1 Peter, I think it's 2:17.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 17. Honor all men.
Honor all men, meaning give honor to all men. Honor your fellow brother, man. That fellow Black man and woman, that fellow Latino man and woman, that fellow First Nation man and woman. Have honor to them, man. Understand that we are God's chosen people, a special people, a peculiar people unto the Lord. Meaning give honor to them. Every brother is not your enemy, man. We not are each other's enemy, man. We have to give honor to one another, man. That's why Peter had to say it. Honor all men. Honor all Black, First Nation, and Latino men and women, man. Give honor and respect to our people, man. Read on.
Love the brotherhood.
Love the brotherhood, man. This brotherhood that we got in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command of General Yohana, you better love this brotherhood.
Right.
You better love this brotherhood because you ain't going to experience no brotherhood like this. I pray you understand. You can't find brotherhood like this in that fake Israelite group where they masquerade in purple. You're not going to find brotherhood like this in them fake Israelite groups where they like to go and see strippers and bottle girls, man. You can't find brotherhood like this, man. We love one another. Honor, you know what I mean? Honor one another. Love the brotherhood, man. I love the ISUPK, man. It saved my life, and I know it can save your life too, Black man and woman, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman. Love this brotherhood, man, and extend this brotherhood and this brotherly love to our brothers and sisters in the world, man. Extend this same brotherhood. Don't just say Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakatah to each other in here and Yahweh Shemar Thumba Hashem Yahshua and treat each other with brotherly love. Extend that brotherhood to our brothers and sisters in the world as well, man.
Right.
Love the brotherhood. Read on.
Fear God.
Fear God. Fear the Most High. Fear Yahweh. The problem is our people don't fear the Most High, man. You afraid of the oppressor. You're afraid of these heathens. We need to fear Yahweh. Fear God. Read on.
Honor the king.
Honor the king. Honor our king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. You know him as Jesus Christ. Give honor to our king because our king died so we could come back into this truth. Our king died so we can love one another and come back to the Father. Give our king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the respect and the honor that he is due, man. Honor all men. Love this brotherhood. Fear the Most High God, Yahweh, and have honor and honor our King Yahweh Shai Mashiach. And with that being said, I'm Priest and Officer 1000 Yediah. This was Ask Ye the Prophets. This is Priest and Officer 50. Ibad Hayah. We held it down for 12 Shield General Mayaka Allah. General Mayaka be here next Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Make sure y'all also tune in every Monday morning. Every Monday morning, man, you got to tune in to 12 Shield General Hazayan. Let a Hebrew speak, man. Tune in to General Haas every Monday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Him and Officer Marah and Officer Ibad Hayah. Tune in, you know what I mean, to Salakit. Also tune in, you know what I mean, to Hidden Truth with Captain Azanya. Captain Azanya out there in upstate New York. Also, man, tune in to Commanding General Yohana every Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., man. Commanding General Yohana, as you always, man. You know, breaking it down every Monday. From 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tune in to Cross the Line Radio with Captain Tazariak and Captain Katazal tomorrow. Cross the Line Radio at 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. man. Tune in to One West Radio with Captain Godal Hall. And make sure y'all also to plug this tonight at sundown is the Day of Atonement. Right. The Day of Atonement, man, is tonight where we're going to afflict our souls for 24 hours from tonight sundown to Thursday sundown. You cannot drink or eat. Can't drink or eat. Now, if you pregnant, You do not have to participate in the Day of Atonement. You are exempt if you are a pregnant woman, or if you are elder brother or sister, or if you're a small child, man, the children. They can't do the Day of Atonement. But if you fit and you healthy, afflict your soul for the Most High. From tonight sundown to tomorrow sundown, Thursday, guess what? We got to afflict our souls. No food, no water, man. And we're not going to do like the homosexual Muslims for 12 hours looking like we about to die. Don't let nobody know, man. Put that game face on. What they tell us in Hebrew Academy, don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see that we weak, man. Don't show, our enemy's weakness, man. Let's do it for the Most High in Christ. And with that being said, this was Ash Ye the Prophets. And make sure, man, y'all pay your tithes, man. Pay your tithes. You're giving Pastor Ruffin all the goddamn money. You giving TD Snakes, Talakia, TD Jakes. You giving Geno Jennings all the money, man. When they robbing our people, man. You need to be paying your tithes to Commander General Yohanan, man, and the ISUPK. And with that being said, shalom.
Prepare for war, just in case it's time to even the score. Say my name 3 times and I kick in the front door. No, I ain't greedy, but I'm hungry and I'm hunting for more. See, I'm a beast, bloody knuckle on all 4 with the gore. I see the ops watching, low clips, review my options. Close range with the shotty, put a hole in his body. Or should I walk up with the Glock, proceed to open his top? Either way, scope an infrared beam. It's a dead shot, pressure is really nothing. I come equipped with the drama. Disrespect, I send my niggas on the flight like Osama. Run your mouth, you might be talking through a tube to your mama. Here's the point, I ain't the type of nigga to be saying that I'ma do anything I damn sure wouldn't do. Your people talking real loud, but I'm aiming for you. Luke Skywalker, and I'll be back to get your 2 live crew. So while it's popping, you shaking and you don't know what to do. Know those rounds for you. Pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. Yeah. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. With all my might, with all insight, I stay watching for enemies at the height of the night. Wanna catch me slipping, I know when my trigger finger is itching. I'm under mission, beating these pussies into submission. That king shit, they clap my hands twice when I mean shit. I'm on the block, calling for the rock on some fiend shit. A smooth criminal, I'm Mike J on some lean shit. Died and came back, for my people redeem shit. Devils losing their mind and now they crossing the line. Till a fist goes in your mouth and it comes out with your spine. Out of all the trees you can climb, you devils barking a vine. We still hanging from trees and still holding up signs. For my niggas, it ain't no mystery. I gotta shed blood, and if it's us against the world, then I'm coming with slugs. I got my arms stretched out, but I ain't reaching for hugs. All that love is for the matrix, so it's time to unplug the pain. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fuck niggas beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah. Pain. Yeah. I done seen too many real niggas fall to let these fucking devils beat me. I must bring the pain. Yeah.